So it's finally decided who the San Francisco 49ers are going to face in the playoffs, and that's Dallas and Dak Prescott at quarterback. But Dak has some major issues, and I know he had a great game, and everyone's labeling him a king again, but let's not forget he's turned the ball over quite a bit this year, and that's something that should be concerning. Another concern for Dallas is that their offensive line is frankly pretty old and beat up. They've been on road games 4 times in a row. Now they have to travel across the country on a short week to face a longer rested 49ers team. And here's the thing, the 49ers match up surprisingly well against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I was mentioning their old offensive line and how they've been traveling quite a bit, and usually that takes its wear and tear on players. And going up against the 49ers defensive line may be challenging for the Cowboys because, well, there's Nick Bosa, Samson Ebukam, and then on the interior, you do have Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead. And while the 49ers have struggled to consistently get multiple stacks a game recently, I think they're turning on another level during the playoffs, and I hope DeMeco's in his bag. But there is a concern with DeMeco Ryans in this game. And that thing is that DeMeco Ryans has 4 coaching interviews this week. And that's been my main concern with Ryans for a little bit. How much of his time has he been dedicating to defensive game plans? Because honestly, recently the defense has fallen off a little bit and the offense has carried the 49ers. Is this because DeMeco Ryans has to prepare for these interviews? Because these are really important interviews for his life, and it could change his life forever. I mean, imagine your pay goes up drastically, and it's kind of like studying for a final or something along that nature, or a big test that you have to take, and once you pass it, it opens up so many opportunities. I can't imagine that his brain doesn't go there multiple times and just think, oh, okay, how do I do this? Even in the midst of game planning, or he's getting calls from these teams. And people have been wondering if Miko is going to go up there and go to each location, or if they're zooming. I guess what I've heard so far is that the teams are actually going to come down to Santa Clara to interview with DeMeco Ryans, so he doesn't have to leave. But the thing is, these are important games, and DeMeco Ryans really doesn't have that much time to prepare. I mean, a lot of times defensive coordinators get up early and then go to bed extremely late, like 11 p.m. is when their day's finished, so they're still not even in bed yet. I'm just saying, adding on 4 more interviews in 1 week is crazy. And I know a big concern for a lot of 49ers fans is, will Dak Prescott just put on a show against the Buccaneers? But let's not forget, the Buccaneers are just a plain bad team. The wild card round now is kind of painful to watch in a lot of ways because a lot of these teams just shouldn't be in the playoffs. And now it's that point where the playoff teams are in the playoffs, and these are all real teams that we're going against from here on out. But I honestly don't like Dak Prescott and McCarthy that much. I don't feel like they're a tandem that does super well in high pressure moments. I mean, just think about last year. They kind of crumbled under the pressure. What I do like about the Cowboys, though, they do have a decent running back in Pollard. Ezekiel Elliott really needs to stop getting touches. CeeDee Lamb could make the 49ers pay if they start going deep and challenging the 49ers and the pass rush doesn't get home. That could be extremely concerning for the 49ers, honestly, because if that happens, that's where everything kind of falls off a ledge for the 49ers, and then Brock Purdy has to go out there and show what's up. But we haven't really even spoke about the 49ers offense yet. We've mainly been focusing on the Cowboys offense. And I'm not done quite yet. And I just want to focus on a quote I saw from Dak Prescott saying that the main reason for all of his interceptions is that he was trying to go too deep, get the big play, and he just needs to focus on checking it down and playing his style of football and just giving what the defense gives to him. Well, I don't agree with that game plan against the 49ers. What you need to go against the 49ers is go deep and go deep quick, because if they put up a lead on you and you honestly try to do this dink and dunk stuff, Azeez Al-Shaair, Fred Warner, and Dre Greenlaw are going to kill you guys, and by the third quarter, your team's going to be gassed and beat up. And your team already probably is gassed. I mean, you guys have gone on so many road games, it's kind of getting ridiculous. The same thing happened to the 49ers last year. Remember all those road games the 49ers had going? And then at the Rams, they were just dead tired, to be honest. I think the 49ers were a better team than the Rams last year, But at that point in the season, they just were dead. They were done. And now let's touch on the offense and why the 49ers actually match up extremely well on the offensive side of the ball. I know on the defensive side of the ball, I just want to finish this off by saying this. The 49ers obviously match up extremely well against the Dallas Cowboys. My main concern is the 49ers secondary and getting cooked, because we know that's been an issue. And you know what though? I'll give my props to Lenore. I made a whole video basically trash talking Lenore, and he went out there and got a pick while Travarius Ward on the other side was just like, well, I'll take on your role, Lenore. I will be the one to be the bad corner this game. If they can just both sync up and be good corners, they match up extremely well against this Dallas team. And even if they don't do that, I just see the 49ers doing extremely well because their defensive line is overpowering. And I know everyone says the Cowboys offensive line is so great. They're getting old, and Nick Bosa is the MVP of the league, in my opinion. I know he's not going to get that. Okay, now the offensive side of the ball. The Dallas Cowboys have an abysmal run defense. It's bad. I know they have great pass rushers, but why would the 49ers start passing or passing crazy? No, I don't see that happening if they're just being able to run the ball. And this is where the trade of CMC may actually come to fruition in the playoffs, and we're going to see CMC go off, or Elijah Mitchell, or Jordan Mason. I don't really like Ty Davis-Price that much. I know a lot of people do, but I don't think he's going to contribute at all, obviously, in the playoff game. But speaking about how the 49ers are going to attack the Cowboys, this is what I see. I see them doing a lot of runs with Christian McCaffrey, and then off those runs, or vice versa, this way, they're going to hit play action. So either play action first or runs first, but either way, they're going to be utilizing their play action game in conjunction with the running game, and I see their running game getting crazy yards per carry, and they're just going to run it up their gut and try to make them stop you, because you know what? The 49ers have been at home. They have more rest this week, and a more rested team honestly runs the ball really good against a tired, dilapidated team. And I feel like at this point in the year, what happened with the Cowboys last game is the coach's job was on the line. Dak Prescott's job was on the line. And they all rose to the occasion and gave all their effort, which is great, but that's very taxing on the team. And I think that what we're going to see this week is them all come down to earth. And I don't see Brock Purdy coming down to earth. I see Brock Purdy still needing to improve stuff. He still wants to be a starting quarterback. And you know who's right behind him? Trey Lance, someone they spent 3 first-round picks on. And he came in last game, looked a little shaky at first. And I think that was mainly due to the rain. I know a lot of people were like, oh, he looks like a rookie. It was raining earlier in the game, and then it cleared up. But even after that, after the first half, he came in and threw a perfect passer rating in the second half. And that just shows to me, and it should show to most people, that Brock Purdy is able to respond in high pressure situations. And he's showed this multiple times. He showed this in the Raiders game. And I think he's just a player that is really impressive. And let's not forget, the team that the Cowboys made look so bad, the 49ers just faced and made look equally as bad, because they're a bad team. And we're going to talk about special teams a little bit too, because I think the 49ers match up extremely well on the special teams too, because oh my God, does Dallas have a kicker that has some major playoff jitters. What was that? I've never seen a kicker miss so many field goals in a row. Was it 4? 3? He made one at the end of the game, but sheesh, I don't see how you can be a playoff kicker and miss field goals. Are they going to bring in someone else? Because they should. And is that guy going to be any better? Who are you going to sign off the street at this point in the year that's better than the kicker you already have? I don't know, but anything must be better than that. And now we have to talk about the real kicker that's gold as gold, baby. The 49ers gold. Robbie Gould's way better than that kicker. I don't care what anyone says. That's embarrassing. And I really like the return specialist for the 49ers. Ray McCloud is way underrated. And everyone thinks that, I don't know what they think. I feel like he's not given as much love as other players, but I would say he's a great player for the 49ers. And even as a wide receiver, he rotates in nicely along with Danny Gray, because what they offer is a speed element to the 49ers offense that maybe they were missing last year. And I know that the Cowboys are pointing to last year and saying, we could have won if Dak would have not done that and all that stuff. Whatever. Towards the end of the game, Dak lost because he's not a winner, and the 49ers are, I think, more winners than Dak and the Cowboys. The Cowboys are, I don't know why people like the Cowboys. The Cowboys hurt my soul. So my final score prediction for this game is 31-24 with the Niners winning. Because you know what? I think the Niners are just a better team, more well-rounded, and they have a better quarterback, I think, in Brock Purdy. I would take Brock over Dak. Dak is, I don't trust Dak. Anyways, now that I gave you my thoughts of the 49ers and the Cowboys matchup, I want to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm right, and also please subscribe, like, and share this video. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and it helps a ton. Thank you guys for being so supportive.